Hey, Everygirls, welcome back to the show. Today is a special episode because I just turned 30. It was my birthday yesterday on September 24th. I love birthdays. If you've been with me for a few years now, you know that I love to use my birthdays as a time to do reflections and just as a way to celebrate life. And I love anyone's birthday. It's not just my birthday, although I do sometimes like to channel Stassi Schroeder mode, like, it's my fucking birthday. Actually, you know who I'm really like, for those of you who watch New Girl? You know the episode with her birthday and she, expects too much and Cece gives her a shirt and she looks at the label and is like, "Made in China? You're taking me to China?" Like, that can definitely be me. I don't know why. I have always, expected so much for my birthdays, honestly, probably because my parents made my birthday, magical growing up. So poor, sweet Joey has really had a time these past 8 birthdays that I've spent with him living up to my expectations, but he's truly exceeded them every year, so but, throughout my 20s, I definitely felt a sense of, "Oh, no, my birthday came and went," or it's always this thing where we really hype it up all year long, and it inevitably falls short. There was just something about my birthday in the past that I loved them so much that it would make me, a little bit sad. It would feel like, "Oh, it's already here," almost like the hype of it was more special and more fun than the actual day. And in the past couple birthdays, including this one, I feel different. I really just feel so lucky. Maybe that's on growth and becoming an adult. I don't know. But no matter how I've spent my birthdays, how I've celebrated, I really just feel so much more present and lucky during my birthday. And so this birthday feels the same. I really just feel so lucky to have my life, to have another birthday, to get to celebrate with the people that I get to celebrate with. And yeah, it's not any birthday, it's my 30th fucking birthday. I think any time that you enter into a new decade, it feels weird because it feels like you're leaving an entire 10-year chapter of your life behind. Like when we turned 20, I remember kind of feeling that nostalgia of leaving my teenage years behind. I'm a full-on adult now. I remember kind of feeling like I was mourning my childhood. But, at that age, we're really just excited about being 1 year closer to turning 21. You know what I mean? So turning 30, I think, is really the first time that we are massively confronted with this identity shift. Like saying you're 26 versus 27 doesn't really change your identity, but there's something about I'm in my 20s versus I'm in my 30s that's an entire identity shift, right? Especially for women, I think this age of 30 holds so much weight. A lot of us grew up with this unspoken or maybe very spoken expectation that by 30, you are supposed to have it all figured out. Marriage, maybe kids, definitely have a very strong career, be super successful. It also goes from we're praying we don't get pregnant in our 20s to wondering if we can get pregnant and when we should get pregnant in our 30s, seemingly overnight because it's like the biological clock. I'm doing quotes on that for people listening because I think that's a stupid phrase, but it's like we have that pressure that it starts ticking, right? It's like something about turning 30 makes it feel like that clock starts ticking a whole lot faster. Whether that invisible clock is related to our fertility, our relationship status, or just these dumb societal timelines that were never really ours to begin with, but were put on us. And maybe this has a lot to do with our parents' generation and obviously every generation before that, where, even looking at something like Bridgerton, I mean, if you turn 21 and you're not engaged yet, you are like an old maid, like you were cast out to sea. And even up until as recently as our parents' generation, it still was most of that generation were getting married in their 20s and having kids by 30s. So that narrative was baked into what we saw growing up. Like 30 was supposed to be this finish line, not a starting point. And then there's this super fun, huge cultural piece that the world is constantly telling women that our value decreases with age. It's like tale as old as time. Aging is seen as a flaw in women and a major flex for men. Like Leonardo DiCaprio is dating 22-year-olds, and it's like obviously such a joke, like, haha, he doesn't date anyone over the age of 25, as if we immediately lose any amount of value or appeal or attractiveness after the age of 25. And by the way, no one is obviously blinking twice when these older men are dating younger women, but if a woman dares to turn 30 or be in her mid 30s or late 30s without having a ring or without having Botox, honestly, at this point, people act like, oh my God, what are you doing? You're running out of time. Start getting on preventative Botox. Make sure you're on the dating apps. It becomes this like panic. And it's literally so funny, not like haha funny, but interesting that there are these older men that clearly have all the time in the world to be dating very young women who have no interest in settling down or everything that women are told we have to do. But like tale as old as time, right? Like there's the double standard. We all know that. There's this multi-billion-dollar industry constantly marketing to us the concept of anti-aging, that we should spend so much money and effort and time in order to literally stop aging, which if we're not aging, we're dying, by the way. We've been aging every day since the day we were born. Anyways, this is my whole kind of monologue to say I'm obviously super hyper aware of like all of this pressure, kind of what our cultures put on women of what turning 30 means or turning a new decade in general. I would be really curious to hear from you guys if you're turning 30 soon or if you have turned 30, how you felt. But I was like fully prepared to have a meltdown, and maybe it's coming. Like, I've been so busy that maybe I haven't had time to have my meltdown, but I actually just feel so freaking ready to be in my 30s. I really look at it like a starting point, and it makes me feel really sad for the generations of women before us that were taught that it was a finishing line. I feel so young. And I am so young, and so to not see this as the very beginning of my life still, to not see like I have this very long life ahead of me and this is just the starting point, I feel sad for anyone who has seen the age of 30 as the finish line. Like, up until this point of my life, I was just learning and figuring out who I am. And now it's like I know enough about who I am and what I want to actually be able to build a life around it. I've, gathered enough data about who I am, how I work, what makes me happy, what energizes me, what depletes me, what kind of people I want to surround myself with, what kind of relationships make me feel most fulfilled. I have learned, which friendships are the soul level friendships versus the friendships that are just there for proximity. I've gotten so much clearer on what I want to create, how I want to love, and the person that I am supposed to be. And with that kind of clarity, that can only come with decades on earth. And by the way, will continue to grow in clarity with every decade. I know if you're in your 40s, if you're in your 50s, if you're in your 60s, you're probably talking to me like, oh my God, just wait. I knew nothing at 30. And that's what I think is really cool, by the way. But I think starting at this point, you start to have a lot more knowledge about who you are to actually be able to begin building the life that's for you instead of what I feel like our teenage years and our 20s were for, which is just trying to figure out who are we? I finally get to build my life, not the life that I'm supposed to build, not to worry about how my life looks on the outside, like what I might have been trying to build in my 20s. just to actually build the life that's mine. And that's so exciting to me. So if you're, turning a new decade and you're feeling a certain way, or even if you're in your earlier 20s and are worried about turning 30, I just want to offer a new perspective. Don't be worried. Every year, every decade, we are lucky enough to get to live, gets us closer to living more authentically, fully, and happier. I, for one, cannot wait to keep aging. So, to celebrate this milestone and hopefully save you from learning a few things the hard way, like I have, I wanted to share the 30 best lessons that I have learned in my entire life, my 30 years on earth. These are the truths that have changed my relationships, my health, my mindset, my career, and my relationship with myself and my outlook on life in general. Whether you're 22 or 50, my hope is that something in here resonates with you, that you leave this episode feeling a little bit more seen or more inspired or have the tools to get you closer to your best possible life. So let's get into it. Here are the 30 best lessons that I have learned in 30 years. Lesson number one, have something to talk about that is not other people and your judgments of them. FYI, talking shit about other people just makes you feel bad about yourself, even though you're doing it with the either subconscious or conscious intention of making it feel better about yourself. It actually never does. When you talk shit about other people, it will make you feel worse about yourself every goddamn time. Instead, get deeply invested in your own life, your ideas, your passions, your dreams, your growth, and share that with all the people around you. Get curious about other people, talk about, books, your goals, the weird thing you learned on a podcast, anything that actually feeds your energy instead of drains it. Lesson number two, happiness is a skill, not a circumstance. Happiness doesn't just happen to you when you reach a certain goal. Like you won't suddenly be happy when you get in a relationship or you get a promotion. Happiness is a skill and you have to practice it. You don't wait for it to happen to you. Lesson number three, mute or unfollow any and every account on social media that doesn't bring you joy or inspiration. Since we are spending so much of our time on social media, make sure that your feed is serving you. Like, seriously, curate your feed so intentionally. If you're scrolling and you come across any account that doesn't make you feel happier or inspired, if you're comparing yourself, if you're just watching other people live their lives, like maybe it's like the random college friends, roommates, friend from home that you just are watching their life, but it doesn't add anything to yours, mute their account so you never have to see it, honestly. Lesson number four, time is a commodity to invest, not to spend. Time is the same thing as money, okay? You could just mindlessly spend it to never see that time again, or you could invest it to make your life better or to buy you more time. Seriously, start asking yourself what you are investing your time into, and it will change your life. Lesson number five, unfollow your ex. No, but like, seriously, no further explanation needed, I think, on that one. Lesson number six, if you're unhappy about something, change the circumstance. But if you can't change the circumstance, change the mindset. I've realized that there is really no purpose in complaining besides the occasional venting session that might feel good. But otherwise, it's so empowering to realize that everything is in your control, everything. Because either you can change the circumstance, or if you feel like for whatever reason you can't change the circumstance, you can't change your job, you can't avoid a person, whatever it is, you can't change the circumstance, change your mindset, change how you perceive the circumstance so that the circumstance no longer bothers you. You are not a victim of your own life. Lesson number seven, when you start feeling insecure, get outside yourself. Call a friend to ask how they are, donate to an organization that you're passionate about, or even just like read a book that's a memoir about someone else's experience. I swear it is the quickest, most effective way to diminish the insecurity is just to get outside yourself. Lesson number 8, eat more whole foods from the earth. And I say that because this is the only nutrition hack or advice that you will ever need. Seriously. You can stop counting macros and trying different diets or spending a ton of money on greens powders and vegan packaged foods. Just eat real, vibrant food that your body actually recognizes as food. Plants, grains, nuts, seeds, fruits, veggies, they will heal, nourish, detox, revitalize your body more than anything else. That's literally all you need to know about nutrition. It's not that complicated. Lesson number 9, say thank you for instead of I'm sorry for. So instead of saying sorry for being late, say thank you for waiting. Instead of sorry, I'm so emotional, try thank you for being safe enough for me to share. The words that you say are so powerful. How you speak is so powerful. And you want to be cultivating gratitude, not shame. You've probably heard me say this before, but lately I've been prioritizing sleep even more than diet or exercise because truly it is the most important factor for any health goal. Whether it's hormone balance, metabolism, mental health, or just being a functioning human, it all starts with quality sleep. And that's why I started using the Wish Garden's Sleepy Nights and Fresh Mornings tincture. And listen, it's not like melatonin where you wake up groggy. This is a gentle, calming blend of herbs like valerian and passion flower that helps you fall asleep and wake up feeling clear and refreshed. I take it before bed as part of my wind down routine right after I do my skincare and legs up the wall while reading, and I sleep so much deeper. If you're in your stressed and wired era or you just want to wake up feeling actually rested, go to wishgardenherbs.com and use code Everygirl20 for 20% off. Lesson number 10, being with the wrong person is more lonely than being alone. Nothing feels more isolating than being with someone who doesn't truly see or support or align with you. Being alone might feel scary, but being with the wrong person will drain your spirit, and I promise it will be so much scarier. Choose solitude over settling always. Lesson number 11, replace I don't have time for with it is not my priority to. So instead of I don't have time for a workout, replace it with it is not my priority today to do a workout. Not I don't have time to get to the rest of my to do list today, but instead it is not my priority to get to the rest of my to do list today because other things were my priority instead. We all have 24 hours in a day, every single day. Time is not the problem. It is how you are prioritizing your time. Lesson number 12, no is a complete sentence. You do not owe justification, explanation, or an over apologetic paragraph for protecting your energy. Every time you say no without guilt, you are building trust with yourself. And your number one job in life is to disappoint as many people as it takes to avoid disappointing yourself. Lesson number 13, keep a list on your phone of all the things that make you laugh out loud so that you can read it anytime you need to laugh or be cheered up. You know, that random inside joke, a TikTok that sent you spiraling, something ridiculous and so funny that your friend said. Treat your laughter like gold and archive it for the hard days. Lesson number 14, the way that you look is not an accomplishment. Achieving your best self has nothing to do with a breakout, gaining 10 pounds, or a patch of cellulite. Looking a certain way will not make you more evolved or successful or more worthy. It's not a personality trait. There are a lot more fulfilling things to be proud of, I promise. Lesson number 15, make your bed every morning. Don't think about it, just do it. Starting your day, accomplishing one tiny goal will increase the momentum and set the tone for the entire day. And it also releases dopamine, which to get a little dopamine hit in the first 30 seconds of your day is really great. Lesson number 16, when you feel lack of something, whether it's time, energy, love, or money, give more of it. It sounds counterintuitive, but it's energetic alchemy. You'll realize how much you already have and you will attract more to you. Lesson number 17, the true definition of health or wellness is balance, not perfection. Like health is not just nutrition, exercise, structure. These things wouldn't be healthy without the balance of both nutrition and pleasure, rest and exercise, structure and joy. Health is balance, not perfection. Lesson number 18, what you love in others is what you love about yourself. What you hate in others is what you hate about yourself. This was a big aha one for me. The traits that you really admire, someone's boldness, their softness, their creativity, those resonate with you because they exist in you too. There's a reason that you are drawn to them, that you appreciate them. And the things that trigger you, they're usually mirrors reflecting your own insecurities or unhealed parts. Every reaction, good or bad, to another human being is an invitation to know yourself better. Lesson number 19, when you're feeling low energy, take a walk or get direct sunlight. Fresh air, movement, and a dose of sunlight literally will wake up your brain, boost dopamine and serotonin, and reset your circadian rhythm. You will feel a bigger difference than having another cup of coffee, I swear. Lesson number 20, self-care is a mindset, not a to-do list. Caring for yourself is actually not, okay, today I'm going to do a bubble bath and journal for 20 minutes and do red light therapy. It's how you live your entire life. It's how you speak to yourself, how you prioritize your time, how you respond to your needs, the people that you allow access to you. Self care is not something that you can schedule or fit into your day. It's how you live your entire life. Lesson number 21, when you feel stressed, physically respond. Release your shoulders, unclench your jaw, take deep breaths. I talked about the science behind this in last week's episode 217. It's truly a game changer. Lesson number 22, make your password your favorite affirmation so you have to repeat it whenever you log in. Think of how many times in a day you are having to log into things, your emails, different websites, different apps, all day, every day, right? What if every time you logged into something, you were actually repeating a powerful affirmation that could reset your energy? Like, I love my life. All is well. I am at peace. I am becoming my best self. Whatever resonates with you, you are building powerful moments of reconnection with your best self throughout all day, every day. Lesson number 23, the secret to being liked by anyone is to ask other people questions more than you make statements about yourself. I once heard a quote that was like, charm is the ability to make the other person think that both of you are wonderful. And I love that. Like it's so true. You come off so charming and likable because other people feel good about themselves with you. Like liking someone, that feeling of liking someone actually has to do with liking ourselves when we're with that person. And you do that by being curious and interested about someone else. Lesson number 24, walking is the best exercise in the world. If you could do anything for your health, it is to walk more. Walking is a form of level 2 cardio, so it's the best for fat loss. It's amazing for cardiovascular health. It's gentle on the nervous system, so it won't spike your cortisol like other forms of exercise. In fact, it will help lower cortisol. It helps your body detoxify through lymphatic drainage. You're getting strengthening benefits, bone health benefits. Walking after eating will stabilize your glucose levels and improve digestion. Walking outside means you're getting exposure to vitamin D, which is going to improve your mood and energy. Getting sunlight is going to balance your circadian rhythm for better energy during the day and then to sleep better at night. Walking is literally the closest thing we have to a miracle cure-all, and it's free and easy and enjoyable. Lesson number 25, eat the goddamn ice cream cone or the pastry or the plate of pasta or any other insert your favorite food here. Enjoy every bite of your life. Eat with mindfulness instead of from a place of insecurity. Food is meant to be experienced, not earned. Lesson number 26, fall asleep thinking about all the things that went right that day. Your brain loves to cling to the negative. That's a survival mechanism, but you can retrain it to look for the good. Ending your day reflecting on all the things that went right, even the smallest, littlest wins or moments, shifts your focus. It will improve your sleep and it will set the tone for tomorrow. Lesson number 27, come in contact with the earth more. Walk along the beach with bare feet, swim in the ocean or a lake, literally hug a tree, or lay in the grass. It is called earthing and it is scientific AF. You can Google it. Studies show that connecting your body to the earth balances your nervous system and reduces inflammation. Never forget that you are an animal on this planet. Act like it. Lesson number 28, turn off all notifications on your phone. Seriously, all of them. Getting notifications from your emails, iMessages, calls, DMs, TikTok notifications. It means you're in a constant state of reaction. You are literally being controlled by when your phone tells you it needs attention or when other people are asking for your attention. You are constantly living in reaction to the phone technology or everyone in your life. Take your power back by only responding to messages or calling someone back or clicking on apps when you want to and you choose to, not when your phone tells you to. Lesson number 29, take control of how you spend the first 30 minutes of your day, and it will make you feel in control of your entire life. Mimi Bouchard says this all the time. Your mornings dictate your days dictate your years, and your years dictate your life. Think of it this way. Your morning sets the tone for whatever follows, right? So if your morning begins in chaos or stress, your day will likely be chaotic and stressful. Take control and be super intentional about just the first 30 minutes of your day, and the rest of your day will transform without you even trying. And lesson number 30, the last but certainly not least lesson of this episode, learn how to be nice, like really, truly nice. When you genuinely root for people without envy or agenda, when you compliment strangers without expectation, when you constantly are practicing empathy for people who are not like you or who do nothing for you, and you lead with compassion, even when you don't have to, or when that compassion is not about someone who is like you. This is the most insanely powerful life hack, but the most overlooked. And that's it, you guys. The 30 best lessons that I have learned in 30 years. Thank you for letting me share my birthday with you. And if you want to give me a gift, as I'm sure you do, leaving an Apple review or writing a comment on this episode on Spotify to let me know what resonated with you or what the podcast has meant for you or helped you with would be the best gift you could possibly give me. And that goes for people I know and my friends. You don't have to bring me a bottle of wine on my birthday party. Just leave me a comment or review for the podcast. That's all I ask. I would also love to hear for you guys, whether you're 25 or whether you're 50, what are some of the best lessons that you have learned in your life? Share it in the Apple reviews or the Spotify comments, and maybe I'll read some in the coming episodes. I would love to learn from you guys too. As always, please share this episode on Instagram, TikTok, your group chat, whoever needs to hear this, and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. I love you guys. Here's to 30 more years, hopefully spent with you. Talk to you Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I know I sure did. Please do not forget to rate, review, and subscribe. It really makes a huge difference for our show so we can keep growing and bringing the content that you love. If you want more info, you can find us at the Everygirl Podcast on Instagram or at theeverygirlpodcast.com. Talk to you next week.